I'm going to be honest with you. To where it sound to me, you know, Cleo, listen, I love the ladies too, but I don't love them that much. If a lady tell me no, okay, cool, I get it. No pressure. I'll go ahead and chill. Cleo,
No
listen.
pressure.
Let me tell you something. I hate to pull this out, and I ain't got my uniform on, but yo, some men deserve this. Cause listen, man, from what I'm getting from Sultan,
Two. Supposed to bring two.
yeah, no, but
Actually,
I
three.
understand. I understand it's supposed to bring two, Cleo, but listen to me real good. Just hear me for a minute. Nowhere in a million years, why would I'm supposed to act like that over a woman? There's too much fish in the sea. I mean, like, come on. I mean, the Poland gal. Oh my God. Like, I mean, like, you know them dogs. You know when a dog get in heat, right? The woman dog, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
all the male dog behind. I'm like 10 of them and all that. Yo, that's not the way as human beings as we as men supposed to act. Now, what I'm getting out, I'm gonna be real with you. When a man come off and tell a woman, I don't need you, I could get another woman. I get that, don't matter to me. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something. That's simpish behavior. If you could get another woman, that must be your insecurities. Because if you could get another woman, why you gotta display that? Just go get another woman. But you know
Yeah.
what though? I'm gonna tell you something. I feel this is a piece of karma too. And I'm not just gonna mention this, but also D-Mongo in, because I got a video coming up about D-Mongo too. D-Mongo in the Philippines, let me tell you what she did. She know good and well that store she invested in with JB was for her to make money. But I think now JB flamming out on her. But I say this to tell you this on her end and Maro end, $1,000 Maro mad about. It's all called karma. It's all called karma. Let me tell you why it's called karma. Because all that stuff y'all did, the jam tours, all that line y'all doing in the village and all that, everything backfiring on y'all.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say it like this right here. All this is just a source of karma. That $1,000 you spent on that Poland girl, and you couldn't even get nothing from that young girl, Mara, that just go to show you right there, bro. That bro,
Bro, you know, I'm thinking that there's gonna be a lot of things that needs to be done here because you know there are many agencies out there. If Ayamara really is a guy who has money, but there are many matchmaking because he has been saying he was on Tinder, you can't get a girl on the Tinder, whatever. I'm saying to him right now, get companies or King the Traveler, you can look for the companies that does matchmaking, you know, to help you. First, you need to go for therapy before you can
but
go
what
for
kind of matchmaking he gonna do? He too aggressive with the woman. You gotta take your time. Listen, Cleo, you gotta take your time with the ladies. You can't be like that when it comes to the ladies, man. At the end of the day, like he need to listen. Cleo, listen. Matter of fact, Ivan about to come in now. Let's get the show started.
It's the King of Trouble talk show with real experience, with real culture and people across the world. Let's travel.
Man, what's good, man? What's good, man? A beautiful day in the neighborhood, man. So we got the infamous Sultan in the building, and we got Cleo Bonnie in the building. Cleo, I know you got your snack. Cleo, where your snack at, Cleo?
We got it. We got it here, bro. We got it. We got it. We got it.
She's ready.
Hey, yo, they ask if you in the North Pole. You know that, right? They think you in the North Pole. So, yo, Sultan, man, what's good, man? Yo, listen, brother. Man, I tell you, man, it's going to be a great interview today, man, because I'm going to tell you something, man. Man, this situation, I look very skeptical, man, and that's why it's great that you come on the Scream Yard, man, and let's speak about this, man, because, man, I'm going to tell you something, man. Maro done start a serious situation in Africa, man, and what he keeps saying that everybody hating on it, but he don't realize, like, he did a lot of disrespect, and he disrespect people. You know, Modesta Lifestyle, Black Beauty TV, man, just made it simple to him that charity begins at home, and he started lashing back. Now we got an army brewing. So, you know, he thought we was going to be stuck over there in the Scamarazi village. But now we heading into the America now. And that's how we met up with y'all in America. You see what I'm saying? So, so what Maro done start, he done start something he can't finish. So any place he go, he pretty much in hot water. He got to be on his P's and Q's. So, you know, this situation, man, we wanted to get more depth with you, what's really going on, because we just was kind of skeptical, even with the African Dominicans speaking about the situation. Is this a legit situation, or is this thing here fake? Like, what really happened? Because we remember y'all was chilling in the car all together, everything was good, then all of a sudden this situation transpired, you know?
Yeah,
So, man, what you
that's correct.
tell your side of the story? What's really going on here, man?
So that's correct. You know, I'm a Muslim. It's a fasting period, so I would try as much as possible to, whatever I'm gonna put out there is what I heard from Marwa and what I heard from Ivan. I don't want to put in my opinion. At the end of the day, whatever I put out there, based on what I heard from them, the audience can judge and conclude for themselves. So, as you all know, everything was happy. We picked Marwa at the airport. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, good to go, man.
Good. So as we picked Maro at the airport, fast forward, we got to my place. Actually, three of us, we were all there, including Dylan. So with four of us. And so Marwa then said, hey, but actually, Marwa had probably discussed with Ivan. He said he was going to invite his Polish girl over. I wasn't actually aware. But when Ivan arrived a day earlier, and he told me about it, but he said, because you're going to be fasting, it will be better, the girl comes to DC. So when Marwa arrived and we were all four of us was in the room, Marwa then say, hey guys, this is the idea I have. Um, I'm trying to, invite my girl from Poland over. What do you guys think? So this is what Marwa asked both me and Ivan. We never knew the girl's age actually. So we both said, oh, it's kind of cool because he was going to Miami originally. That was the plan. So he was gonna go with the girl to Miami. So me and Ivan both, gave him the idea, okay, a good plan, to invite the girl over. Ivan actually also said, I'll be fasting, so he can't probably, host the girl at my place. So then Ivan said, okay, hey, even though you're going to Miami and you also need to apply for visa, you come to my place, I can assist you with the visa situation to Colombia and the other places that he wants to go. And as you know, everything was okay when they were at my place. Ivan he was laughing, it was fun. Like everybody was cool, Me, sometimes I was so busy because most of the time I would work. So I didn't really get time to be with them that much. However, when they left and they picked, the girl at the airport, that night I didn't get any call. I didn't hear from any of them. I thought everything was okay. Then the following day, Ivan sent me a message and said, hey, are you free to talk? And I said, yeah, cool, what's going on? Then he said, hey, this is the situation that's going on. He said, Marwa, as the girl got home, they were all in the house. I'm not going to talk about the alcohol situation, I'm just going to ignore that one. So as they were all in the house, they were drinking, they were talking. Um, Marwa sent him a message and said he should get out of his the living room and probably excuse them and go to the other room. So I think he got upset with that message. So he went upstairs to confront Marwa about it. Um, he was really upset when we spoke. So I think that was what probably sparked the whole situation. So when he said he was really upset, but it sounded like maybe I thought maybe they had like a grudge before, or maybe he's been holding some grudge before. But like this is exactly what he told me. It's all about the message. It didn't sound like I asked him, is it because of the girl? He said no. He said the message. He said also Maro has been he feels like Maro has been taking advantage of him in his own house. He can't ask him to get out. So I said, cool. I will talk. But I said, calm down, brother. Um, just talk to him and then have a conversation with him and resolve the situation because maybe it's in his communication. And as all of you heard some of the audio, he was really upset. And I understand sometimes when you're upset, it's very hard to, say, hey, I want to, sit down later and talk about it. But I just urge him to have a conversation with Maro. He said Maro wouldn't listen, but I know who Maro is. So fast forward, I called Maro and I said, hey, Maro, Ivan laid some, allegations against you. He said all night you've been texting the girl and asking the girl for sex. He also said you spoke to Dylan about him, and he didn't like it. He was very upset. He also said you sent him a message asking him to get out of his house so that the girl can join the upstairs. So I said, hey, then Marwa said, hey, bro, this is not what I meant. When I sent the message, I'm just saying that, hey, just give me some time so I could, talk to the girl. Because he said I didn't really get the chance to talk to the girl at all. Because all night Ivan was, entertaining the girl, and he didn't really get to entertain the girl at all. He also said Ivan had a conversation with the girl and asked the girl and said, hey, so you're just going to come here and have sex with him. You're going to have babies with him, and you're just going to go to Miami and finally go back. This is the kind of conversation Ivan was having, according to Marwa. Marwa also said, he said he wants to take the girl to Africa. And Ivan said, no, 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 don't go to Africa. Africa is dangerous. You're going to be kidnapped. So this is what Marwa said. And then I said, so in regards to the message you sent to him, what do you mean by that? Because he's really upset about that message. He said, bro, that's not what I mean. I'm just saying, hey, give me and my girl a little time so we can, talk and stuff like that. And he didn't mean that he's kicking him out of his house. So this is what he explained to me. And then I said, okay, well, maybe, in Africa, sometimes when guys are in a room and then one person bring a girl, we all get out. So that's how I understood it when Marwa said. So I went back and I explained one more thing. I asked Marwa, so in regards to Dylan, why did you go and talk to Dylan about Ivan? That's not a good thing to do. And then he said, no, he was just explaining the whole situation to Dylan because when Ivan came upstairs, after he sent the message, Ivan was really upset. He was really yelling on top of his voice, and it was in the evening. So that's why he was explaining to Dylan what happened. So the whole situation, that's the summary. And then I went to Ivan and I spoke to him and said, hey, this is what Maro said. But like I said, Ivan was really upset. He said, the whole situation, especially with the sexual aggression allegation, it's a dangerous situation. And he was going to kick him out. I said, oh, hey, relax, man. That's not how we do it. But like I said, he was very, very upset. So in that moment, I guess maybe that's why he took that decision. I would have wished maybe he could have, even if there was an allegation like that, the American laws better. You could at least, talk to Maro, pull him aside, and say, hey, the laws are very strict here. You could get in trouble and stuff. But Maro also said Ivan went and showed the girl the message that he sent to him, and he felt like Ivan shouldn't have done that. So basically, that's what really happened, and it was the message, I think, because I keep asking Ivan, hey, when you guys were here, everything was okay. Even as you guys left and went to DC, everything was okay until the girl arrived. So for me, I was saying it's the girl. But Ivan said it's not the girl, but it seems like some stuff that maybe Maro has been doing. He said Maro will play loud music in the house, and then he's sometimes when he's editing, he can't edit while there's music playing. He also complained about Marwa leaving his clothing in the room and stuff like that after laundry, and he talked to him about it. So I think probably he's been having these things building up, and then all of a sudden the message came up and boom, sparked the anger in him.
So let me ask you this: what you think that really made Ivan get to the point to expose him? Because my opinion is knowing Maro with his attitude and how he communicated with Ivan is what made him kind of be like, you know what, since this how you want to move, I'm going to expose you. Because Maro, I don't know if his head just so big, he don't want to communicate with nobody. Like, it's almost like, say I've been trying to explain to him, bro, this America, you're going to get in a lot of trouble, man. I can't let you mess my life up because of what you're doing. Do you think that had a big part to do with the situation? That Maro walks away instead of trying to communicate with Ivan and talk to him, and Ivan just flare up and just exposed him?
Well, like I said, Ivan also said when I encouraged him to speak to Maro about the whole situation so they could resolve it, he said Maro won't listen. But I don't think he spoke to Maro about it. I think at that point he was very, very angry. and there was no way he could provide. And then he also complained that the following day, Marwa left him, Ivan, and the girl alone without telling them anything and went out. So I asked Marwa, hey, why would you leave your guest with Ivan and at least inform Ivan where you're going? He said he went out to see Brian. However, he didn't want to tell the girl to come with him because he introduced the girl to Ivan and there's a whole conflict in the house. So he thought maybe introducing the girl to his second friend. He didn't know what's gonna happen. So I told him you still should have told Ivan and the girl, hey, at least I'm going out to meet my friend Brian. But for me, I think maybe Ivan was just upset, because of the message to say like, hey, get out of my house, or maybe excuse us because he said, according to Marwa, he said Ivan was entertaining the girl all night, and they were drinking, they were talking, and stuff like that. And he finally went upstairs. So when he went upstairs and then he sent a message, and then Ivan was upset and joined, and Ivan was talking and yelling, he realized that he has to shut it off. So I guess maybe that was the end. And then Ivan said he had to, let the girl sleep in the guest room.
So Cleo, what you feel about what you done heard so far about this situation?
Yeah, I don't know. The thing is, we are. I wanted to say the Sultan. We are divided. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you that you can see already the king of the traveler is already a bit, still puzzled about the whole situation. But for me, I can say it's a hard, like you already said to me that actually this is not a craft. This is not like
No, no, no,
staged.
no, it's
It's
not.
not staged. It's not a theater. But
No,
the funny thing is like IMR needs to come out, because for me, no matter how many people gonna say why am I on the issue for Ivan, I'm
right.
just still thinking that both of them it needs to come out like a man. These people are grown up men, and all of them they have the skills of negotiation. There has been a behavior, right now IMR has gone back to his cocoon where he's not talking about women, but whatever. But we cannot trust Ayamara. And
So,
how do we trust even Ivan? So as much as
so,
Ivan is trying to make himself clean, it's unfair because how does he make himself clean when Ayamara was his friend that he once hosted? So we're not looking at what Ivan says right now. If the
mhm.
king of the traveler is okay with that, but me, I'm not looking at what Ivan is saying in the interview he gave to Dominican. I'm not looking at that. I'm looking at their past. So I'm not going to be blinded or be deafened by the current communication and he has done by giving
Right.
interview to African Dominican. I still look at their past to say they were together in
So
this.
I will respond to both issues that you raised up. So in
Yeah.
regards to Maro coming forward to put his side of the story out so that at least everybody can hear him. That's a good point. However, tensions are very high now. He's applying for visa to go to other countries. I think it would be better for him to come down now, finish with those visas, and then when he gets out of America, he could respond and tell his followers this is what really happened because America, the laws are very, very strict. He could get in trouble, especially applying for these visas. So I think it will be better for him to stay mute right now, and then maybe later on he could grant people, or maybe I even wanted to maybe interview him, but I haven't even got the time to probably go to DC. And then secondly, for me, when Ivan spoke to me, I was trying to be neutral. Actually, I was even neutral, and then like I said, Ivan was very upset. So me, I believed him when after he said, hey, I'm gonna get him out. He got him out, and then also he said the girl left. Cool. But for me, then as a friend, when you told me this, and then now I go to the girl's Instagram and I see you like the girl's picture, and then I also go to her YouTube account and I see her taking pictures in your bedroom. So for me as a brother, I'm saying that who are you looking out for? Are you looking out for the person that you known for
Mhm.
2 3 years, or the one that you just met? Because yes, it's good to look out for the girl, especially because of her age, but she could get you in trouble too because she's 18. Allowing her to take videos and pictures in your bedroom is not a good signal. because you're sending us a wrong signal. Because if the cops come and ask you, why are you allowing her to take pictures in your bedroom and living room, it's okay. Look at the outfit she's wearing in your house. She called the cops now and say, hey, he touched me now. You would have no say, because all the pictures that she put out there, you could see some of them she is not even wearing any pants on. Understand? So that is a dangerous situation. That's what led to my conclusion to say, hey, okay, maybe Ivan lied to me, because if you're telling me you kicked the girl out, and then but you didn't tell me you gave her a tour of the bedroom and other house, and also before they left here, Ivan told me that, okay, hey, Maro took videos and pictures of my room and put it out there last time, so I'm gonna have a discussion with him not to do that again this time around. You notice when Maro went there, he didn't take pictures of Ivan's room again. So if you're telling me this, and now you're saying, oh, hey, I gave the girl a tour of my bedroom, my living room, and stuff like that, you can get yourself in trouble as well. So that's what made me conclude.
That's what Sultan I said, that now when people are saying Ivan is the best guy, whatever, how where does he become the best when he was busy drinking alcohol with the same underage person, and knowing very well that he could have just called Ayamara that sit down here, this girl
Correct.
is young, sit down here, let's not drink with her because we're gonna get into trouble later on. But how do
Yes.
you become a saint when you are drinking here? The guy who brought this girl is upstairs or in the other bedroom, and you're not telling that guy that come in, right? Let me just have a word with you, my friend. You can even
Correct.
talk him on the side, like listen, Amaro, what do you think? I think we should not drink a beer with her. I think she's gonna put us in trouble. You know, that's what the brothers do. You don't
Correct.
go and drink with the underage girl. Then later on, you take he Ivan took a chance, an advantage on Ayamara's application in America, that Ayamara will not respond, and took advantage on the package that was brought into the building. He should have, as a man, he should have to call. I mean, he knows about negotiations. You are taught about negotiations in this thing. He was supposed to call IMR, hey, bro, like, I like you, I love you, but I think we should not drink a beer with her. She's
Correct.
underage. I think we should not do this. That's what I keep saying, and that's what the audience does not understand me. This is analysis. I'm
And
not looking at what Ivan said. I'm looking at the Ivan taking advantage on the scammer. I mean, taking advantage on Imara when Imara is busy applying and start pointing fingers so that the guns are pointing to him. But he forgot that he was sitting there without giving advice to Imara. He was drinking with the underage. He's got a alcohol around the house with a kid, with a teenager. So I
probably the alcohol
care
could
what
have
laws they
influenced the
have,
situation.
or in America, or which state, which Washington, they've got different laws, or in Polish they've got different laws. I don't care about that. What I care about is not about the laws of America. Don't try to scare me about the laws of America. But a human being, by consciousness, by humanity, we call it humanity, is that you have to think before. These laws are just made by people. As a human being, I know this person is underage. You can't be drinking in my house. I'm going to be around here, and you cannot come to my house. You brought underage kid in the house full of alcohol brewery
Yes.
in the house, and then later on you start pointing a finger to another because you're afraid that the cameras were checking all over. Maybe you've been spied on. Somebody's
So,
been
so
spied on. They might be picking up the evidence. Then later on, you take advantage of the guy who's still applying for papers. And I don't buy that. I don't cross that line. I'm not gonna cross the line and look at the African Dominicans interview, look, and then bypass of him sitting with the underage and bringing the underage girl to the house and drink with her. Then later on, give her opportunity, a courtesy to take pictures in the bedroom all over. What was going on in the
Yeah.
bed?
Correct.
And
so so
actually,
so
And
Paul, let me ask you a quick question, Sultan. Do you think Ivan might have I like the girl too? What you feel, or you just feel he didn't want no problem?
well, then this would be my opinion, because you're asking me. So, for me, like I said, when they were at my place, Ivan also said, "Hey, okay, if you're inviting, your girl, I'm also gonna invite one." So I don't know why Ivan's girl didn't show up. Secondly, also maybe that night the alcohol problem might have influenced the whole situation. Because sometimes when you get drunk, you take certain decisions or maybe you act in a certain way that is inappropriate. However, the following day, when everything was okay, he was also upset because he said Marwa left. But for me, if you say that, okay, this is the situation, he complained about sexual aggression, then he changed the whole situation and said, okay, Marwa doesn't contribute when we go out to buy food. Like now, he said Maro has a villa. Maro has a lot of money. So what is it? Is it because of the sexual aggression why you kick him out, or is
Okay.
it because of Maro didn't contribute?
So
Then
I want to say this. Let me interrupt you right quick. See, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I
yeah,
don't feel sorry for what happened with Marwa in this situation. I'm gonna tell you why, man. Because I'm gonna be real. I did a video before all this happened, and I called out on Ivan, and I told him like, bro, you being played, bro. Like real life, you being played right now. Because Marwa did the same thing to Richard World Traveler. That's not fair to nobody. Think about it. You got money to spend $1,000 to bring a Poland girl down here, but then you got us using us. You know what I'm saying? Got us riding you around the city. You can't contribute. That'll get anybody upset. That's just life. Like, you can't do that to people, because what you're doing is using people, taking advantage of people, and then you go home and build up billing all that life.
King,
That just ain't fair.
King. So in terms of the contribution, I can speak on what I know. When Maro comes to my place, I don't want him to contribute. So that is me. But all the time he does ask me, hey, when we go, for example, to Whole Food and I'm buying fruits, vegetable, grocery, he'll say, hey, take this money. Sometimes he'll give me cash. I'll say no. One time he even bought me a Gucci bag. It's because I've been refusing every time he wants to contribute. However, like I said, for Ivan, you could have a conversation with him and say, hey, brother, it will be okay that, hey, when we go grocery shopping and buy food, just contribute with what you can, and I also do my best. It's all about communication, because you shouldn't get angry and then get upset because he's not contributing. If you have a conversation with him and he say okay, and still he's not contributing, then you know that okay, this is who he is, right? But you didn't even have a conversation with him about not contributing in the house or towards food or anything that you buy.
So
So
let
that
me,
is my concern.
Did Marwa try to offer him, or what's good? Did Marwa offer, or he ain't said nothing?
Maybe there, I wasn't there, so I can't really speak to what went on there. But he, according to what he's saying, he think maybe probably Marwa wasn't offering or wasn't contributing.
Oh,
I think one thing I can say about the whole thing is that, excuse me, is that
Mhm.
the advice I can give it to King the Traveler in your audience and the Sultan in your audience is that you don't go to stay or crash at somebody's crib for more than twice. I mean, for more than once, because this is just security issues.
Mhm.
In life, this is what happens. You don't go and crash at somebody's place twice, because you don't know the second time what people have prepared for you. They have studied you the first time, and the second time they know how to deal with you tactically. So I think the whole idea is that the IMRA is misbehavior across the world, against the black people. Because I have to tell you, Sultan, one thing, King the Travel as well.
Mhm.
Black people are portrayed differently across. I am in China right now, and then when they
Right.
see a black man with a Chinese, they just think I am forcing the girl to sleep with me, or I am
Mhm.
up to rape her, whether she's older or what. They'll think if she's older, they'll think that maybe it's somebody's wife, another Chinese man's wife.
Mhm.
So even if you go to India, it's the same thing. They don't trust Africans. They don't trust the brown people, the black people. Even if you are light in complexion, but as long as you are closer to be brown and black or dark skinned, you are not to be trusted. You have to look after yourself in order for people to accept you. You have to do more. So
Right.
this is
but you know what, Cleo? Let me say this. I want to say this to you. I don't agree with that. Let me tell you why. Because I feel you could go to somebody's house as many times long as they invite you, but you gotta, like me personally, if I went to Ivan's house, I would have said, listen, bro, I just want you to know ahead of time now. If you need anything, let me know. I don't want you to think I'm a freeloader.
Right.
I would say that to give him that security that if you need me, just let me know. You need something from the grocery store, you need gas, anything. If you need me to pay for my time for being here, that just makes a person feel more better about a
okay.
situation.
Ayamaro does not need to go to Ivan's house for the second time because he has made money, man. He can be
No,
independent.
Actually, it was Ivan who offered to host because he was going to Miami. So that's why I'm saying that. Remember, Ivan hosted Maro before the first time. So for me, I think that okay, if you had issues the first time he was there, if he didn't contribute, whatever the issue was, this time around, before you even offer to host him, have a chat with him and say, hey, last time you were here, this is this and that and that, So this is my advice to you. Before now, you offer to host him again, so that when you go to his house or you go to the house, he doesn't repeat that same, action again. So that it's all about communication. Because let me give you a scenario. Me, I don't really know much about YouTube. This whole reactor situation, I never knew about it. I posted I think a video on my
Well,
Instagram,
well,
and
well, I'm gonna just tell you this while you talking. This whole reacting situation, this is a different level of reacting right here. This ain't the average reacting you probably see, because we got an
right,
army, we got an army brewing.
man,
That's why you probably hearing about this type of reaction. But,
I didn't know.
Maro started it. He started it all. When he called out
Man,
Modesta Lifestyle on Black Beauty TV, that's when it was on the rise. And see,
right.
he didn't know that was going to get to this level. That's why you probably seen these different reactors coming from every which way, like, and that's why, like, if you
But
tied in the circle with him, your name will get called. It's just to
right.
that level. That's how brutal this reacting done gotten. This ain't the
The
See,
average
point,
reacting.
the point I
that's
wanted
the
to
thing,
make is
I'm
that
telling you, Sultan, before you can say anything. I
mhm,
think what the king is trying to say is it has become brutal, and it's not about especially personally me to be attacking anybody or the king the traveler to be attacking certain person. Me, I didn't choose any sides of Aymara. I didn't choose the sides of the Ivan. Ivan brought himself. He can be an American citizen. He can be the heavens citizen. He can be a military guy. But here on the social media, it's a different story, totally different story. You don't get involved yourself in this thing and then knowing very well. That's what Amar did. He got involved because he was making money, he was enjoying the life of being on a social media. But the way you involve yourself, the thing is, the social media is like international boundaries. If you are an
right,
international, you commit a crime in America, but you're not from America, that's international crime. When social media, it's basically a tapestry of the entire world, and the
right.
people get involved in it. So people are thinking that we are jealous. I mean, some of us, like, we have money. Even your suit and you got your own money. Why would you involve yourself in social media? But because we're just having fun. We're just having fun. But it's the way of doing it of IMR, the way he's doing it, and the way I even the choices he made. The
Right.
choices he made it right from the start, right from the start. Not now. I'm not looking at what's happening now. I'm looking at the how Ivan's, process of thought. His
Right.
process of thought betrayed him. And also IMR is a biological thing. I think it's genetic thing. Whatever his behavior right now is how he was groomed and how he grew up. But Ivan, I think he just adopted whatever he did. I still don't believe both of these men. Both of these men should come together and stop acting like a little babies from Philippines. You
So,
know?
so 2 points real quick. So I shared a video on my Instagram. Like I told you, I was a novice. I didn't really know much about YouTube. Ivan was teaching me actually. Every time they would encourage me. So when I shared the video, Ivan sent me a message. Hey, you didn't do it right. You didn't put the YouTube link and stuff like that. So he sent me a message and I corrected it. So when I corrected it, I think he watched it and said yes. So after a while, I tagged both Ivan and Maro, right? And then later on, I thought they were going to share on their page, just to share on that, but none of them did. So after a while, I sent them a message. Hey guys, I tagged you guys my video. I thought you were gonna share it on your page, just to give me a little shout out. And then the Maro said, hey, I get a lot of messages, so I probably didn't say it sometimes the name too. And then Ivan said, oh hey, I didn't see it as well. And then Ivan actually called me and said, hey, it was probably a miscommunication or something. But we talked about it, we hashed it out, we all let it go. So this is what I'm expecting that should have happened that night. And then secondly, when I spoke to Maro, he said, hey, bro, this is my past. Let it go. I said, why? He said, because this has happened before. I said, what do you mean this has happened before? Because, they both traveled. They met in Colombia and stuff like that. He said there was a time, I think there was a girl called Emily where I think Ivan and Maro were both, but Maro was interested in Emily. And then, according to Maro, Ivan asked Emily's Instagram account. And then he said Emily is a good editor, so he's gonna hire Emily to, kind of like teach him editing and stuff like that. That's what Ivan said. Maro said, once he realized that, he said, hey, no man, this is not for me, and he shut it. There was another time he said, hey, Ivan said, Maro's ex called Los Heidi. He said he blocked the girl from all social media accounts because the girl was trying to hit on her, and because she's Maro's ex, he blocked her. No one
Who
knows what
you
happened.
talking about Ivan?
Yes.
So Ivan hollered at all of Maro good girls or something?
That's what Maro said. Maro said, hey, this is not the first time this is happening. This is my past. Let it go. So
Damn.
that's what Maro told me. So I was
So-
like, okay, maybe it's repetitive. But
Yo,
So-
that's crazy right there, man. So he the type of person you can't bring your girl around him. He gonna try to snatch him up.
well, like I said, that's what Maro said. I said,
the funny thing is that Sultan, I think the fact that your former friend or your friend Ivan came out in public and said, I taught him how to use it in YouTube.
yeah,
I told him everything he knows about YouTube.
yeah.
That's not. Let me tell you something. I don't care about Ivan, but if that way it made him to become a sissy, a little sissy. You don't the little things that you do for people.
Right.
You don't point out, especially to another guy face to face. That's a bit questionable of your agenda.
Yeah.
You cannot only for little babies, children, little girls can do that. Yeah, I taught you to dance. I taught you how to jump. I taught you how to play
Right.
that game. But when it comes to YouTube, I mean, Sultan, you would have taught yourself about YouTube. I think King of the Traveler, nobody taught King of the Travelers how to do YouTube. But I can't always, actually, King the Traveler and we clicked, whatever. But I don't expect that King the Traveler one day is gonna say, "Oh, listen here, bruh, I brought you my channel and whatever." I mean, that's a little baby thing, But what I'm trying to say is that Ivan, as a man who's big, built up, big head, big body, and with his past, with his career that he had in the past, and talking to another man, innocent man, you are courageous, bro. You are courageous. You are innocent. You are smooth. You are soft. You're open. You don't hide.
Right.
But for somebody that used to be your friend, like I mean, everybody knows.
Look, I want to ask Sultan that right quick, man. So I don't get it. So you and Ivan was cool this whole time. Now y'all ain't cool no more. Like y'all not friends.
Man, we were very cool. That's why if you heard the audio, I said, hey, I never expected anything like this should happen, especially because of an 18-year-old girl. I told them, both of you are acting like immature. You handled the situation immaturely. But like I said, he was very upset. And for me, I was cool with what he told me until when I realized he liked the girl's picture on Instagram. That's when I was like, nah, okay, that's too much, because you can't be liking a girl picture on Instagram and claim you're protecting the girl from a sexual aggression.
Hold on. So I want to ask you this, man. This seems kind of weird to me, man. You sure Ivan ain't got a problem, man? Because some guys, like, they don't want to see the next man with a woman. Like they get jealous and envy over it. That's what I'm starting to think, because this kind of aggression here over females in. Maro said this ain't the first time happened, man. Listen, bro, go get your own woman, bro.
Exactly, bro. What the?
And for me, that's why I said, I told Ivan, the conversation you are having about the girl and saying, you're telling the girl, hey, so you're just coming to here and have sex with him, have children with him, go to Miami, that's not your conversation to be having with someone's girl. This is not right. How do you feel if I come to your house and talking to your wife and I'm saying, hey, so your husband is just going to have sex with you and then have children with you, then just leave you? Like, I told him that's not a conversation you should be having with the girl. You understand? But like I said, he was very upset. And for me, I felt like if there was a problem between two of them, Ivan is matured. He could have talked to Maro about this before even the girl came. There was no problem. There was no problem. It's all because of the girl.
So my thing is, what I'm thinking might have happened because Ivan girl didn't show, he got jealous because Maro had a girl in the room or something.
It could be jealousy. It could be influenced by the alcohol. Only God knows, man.
Yeah, the alcohol.
King the Traveler.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something. That when another man wants to host you, and you attract ladies like Mara, people like hosting such people. It has happened in my life. It has happened in my life. You know, when you are able to attract women, and people will always want, King the Traveler, come to my crib, so that all the women that comes through, they siphoned into his building, and he has to get the meat too. You know, so if you look at it properly, this guy, the benefit of hosting him was obviously YouTube subscribers, views, and including women. But something went wrong. Ayamara could have brought maybe 2 ladies, but not underage, but could have brought 2 ladies. So I think maybe Ivan thought like, oh man, I'm hosting you, and you can have the meat, and you're gonna leave me alone, and you're gonna eat alone, you know. So attack. That's a battle.
But
So, no, flag on the play. Let me ask you this. So, Sultan, how often was you hanging with Ivan? Was y'all always hanging together? Because what I'm saying to you, like, can Ivan have long friendship with people? Do you feel that it's just because Mara came around with some kind of energy that caused everything just to backfire? I mean, do Ivan have long-term friends?
So, well, they say, well, according to Ivan, there's a history of Maro also losing his friends. You know, that's according to Ivan, losing his friends. Maro lose his friends. Also with Ivan, I wouldn't know if he's been losing or, you know, been having grudges with his friends. But the thing was that me and Ivan, we've communicated sometimes even when he's in foreign land. I'd ask him, hey, are you back home? When are you coming back? You know, we'll talk back and forth. When we meet, it's fun, you know. Even when he came to
and everything good.
Yeah, I drove him, you know, around, video and all that. Like everything was good. So that's why I'm saying that personality of Ivan that I am seeing now, I was not aware of it. So that's why I'm saying it probably was triggered by the girl's person. Also, Maro said one thing, like I said, whatever I say what Ivan say or Maro said. Maro said there was a time that another girl came and Ivan said, hey, let's share, stuff like that. So you understand? So he's saying, let's share. And Maro said, why? What do you mean by let's share the girl? So I think it's been maybe history that they've had. So and it's been building up.
Okay, so listen, I want to say this, man. You know what I think is going on? I'm going to be honest with you. Believe it or not, man, Maro bad news. And let me tell you something. See, people think that when somebody says something about Maro, they hate. That ain't the case. Let me tell you who Maro deep down is. He's a user. When I say he's a user, he pretends to the audience he's such this nice guy, but he's just out to con you. Once he get out you, that's the end of discussion. Me personally, he did that to me. You know what I'm saying? Because I met him in Bogota, Colombia, and I thought he was a cool guy. When I was coming into Africa, and keep in mind, I was supporting his channel, and I see how he flipped through me, that's when I fired up on him. That's when I got with Modesta Lifestyle, Black Beauty TV. That's when the army started brewing. I feel no pity for anything happening, because the thing about people, man, ain't no need to be faking to people, pretending you like one way, people supporting you, and then you're going to act funny towards them. So that's why I feel, man, that happened with Ivan, too. The same situation. Ivan probably peeping off the energy.
Probably. It could be.
That's
it could be.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that even if, for example, you have the conversation with him and he's still behaving like that, then I would say, okay, maybe, you know, then we got to get rid of it. But I don't know if he had that conversation with him or not. Because when I said, he said Maro won't listen. He said even if he had the conversation.
I think here, the King of the Traveler, you turned your channel into reacting channel. And the IMR already said that you turned the whole big channel into reacting. So I guess you have to say something about that. But here's also other mistake is that underage to women, number one. Number two, when somebody's hosting you and you know he's single, you gotta bring 2 women, not 1. That's how it works. You know, you can't bring. I mean, that is gonna anger him. You know, so you, Traveler, how did you turn your channel into reacting channel? The whole big channel, like Amara said. How do you answer that? You have not answered that question.
Well, to be real with you, yeah, I had a travel channel. Don't get it twisted. I still have some traveling on it, but I appreciate Maro, man. Maro, you one of my main motivation. I turn into reacting. Yes, sir. Yes, you are. Yes, sir, because you violate the
Hey,
code. I
hey,
don't like
King.
that kind of disrespectful language. Like somebody said on my channel today, I'm hating. I said, go hang with Marvel one time. You'll turn into a reactor too. You'll get a channel too. Just go and hang with him. You'll see.
Hang in
Hey,
there.
King. I gotta wrap up. You got more questions, so I can talk.
Yeah, one last question I would like to ask is that Sultan, how much percentage can you give us on your take on IMRs, and how can you speak to IMR to change his behavior? We can see he's trying to do that, but people are still saying they're suspecting that he just wanna chill, but he wants to take up on one of the ladies from Amish society. That's why he wants to go and milk the cows there and work on the farm. He wants to do that, but actually he's aiming because he heard that women from Amish, they stay long with you in the more of a traditional. So these are white, but then again they can stay with you, they can persevere and all that. But so what's your take? Can you speak to Ayamara to start loving his own women from Africa, or Caribbean or Brazil? They I know every person has a right, but don't do what the Tiger Woods, Michael Jordan, Bryant have done, Simpson have done. That when you get money, every black person, especially there in America, once you are rich, once you have money, all these black people, once they got money, they want to get a validation that they are rich and they can afford. They move up the notch up of the class to find a white person. But when you don't have money, then you want to go for for your own race. Why is the case? Could you please speak to him to control himself? Because you speak to him and you have a connection to him. So tell him that King the Traveler and the Clear Bonnie is asking you as a brother, be proud of the color of your skin, no matter how much choices you have in the world. Okay. And make
Right.
sure you focus on the ladies that you are almost the same age as them, not underage. You can date somebody of over 20 or 21. Let's say 21. There's no problem. We have no problem with King the Traveler is gonna
Where you get
stop.
that girl from? You get her from high school or something? Poland high school?
Oh no, no. Actually, so I asked him, why didn't you ask the girl's age before you brought him over,
Exactly.
brought her over? He said, hey, bro, I met this girl in the club that's 21 and above. I said, what do you mean 21 and above? He said, that club, if you're not 21, you can't get in. So I think maybe because he saw 21 and above, he ran in the club. So he, but I
I
still
think
say,
you've
hey,
been
you
at
gotta be
teen
very
jams,
careful.
man.
I tell you, you gotta be careful, man. You can get in trouble because you don't just assume. Because if you assume, that will land you in jail. I told him that actually.
Marvel, you've
But
been at Club Teen Jams, man. Stop it, Marvel. You've been at
And
the
you know
teen
what? These
teen summit.
little
Huh?
girls, they don't take a bath. They don't shower. They don't clean themselves.
Hold up,
Yeah.
man. I know, let's say this before you go, Salty. I know you got to handle business, man. What's
yeah,
up with the girl saying Marvel ain't changing the clothes and all that? Like, man, come on, man. Why she went to that level?
you
They're
see,
just a little babies.
I feel like the girl's been coached based on what she probably may have that observation after maybe she came around, Maro, but they never got intimate, they never got physical. So I used probably, having that order around, him while they were in the living room or at the airport when she hugged, Marwa. At that point, I can't really say. So if she's saying that's what she probably observed, that's according to her account. Understand? I can't say. Marwa has been around me. I don't know about that. Like I said, but we're all human beings. Sometimes when you see something, just talk to your brother about it. It's so that's why I
That's
thought
real.
maybe
That's a
probably,
respectable
yeah,
way to be. But you know
because
what just kind of blow my mind though, man, to say, cause she young, so when a girl got young minded, you would think she more easy to be manipulated. And if you get this, you spend $1,000 to bring her from
but
Poland.
brother, you met this girl met Maro in the club. According to the girl, Maro, had her touch the manhood. So if you knew about this, you knew Marwa had this order and whatever you're claiming, why are you now coming to meet him? That's why it doesn't make sense to me. Because you're claiming Marwa has this, all that, and then you still flew all the way from Poland to join him.
For the
You
order.
could have, exactly. So you were okay with that? You didn't speak to him about it? You even said, hey, I'm coming to meet you as a couple. So like it doesn't add up. So that's why I said like maybe she was being coached to say that kind of stuff. Because
Yeah.
if you knew it, you could have told Maro, or you would have said, hey, maybe I can't be coupled with you because of this and that and that.
Yeah. I think, just to wrap up,
Mhm.
I would say that, to all men out there, because the
Right.
IMRA is not an isolated case. The problem with the IMRA, these things, we see them on YouTube. But there are men out there, billions and billions of men, that actually are doing the same thing that the IMRA is doing. It's happening actually. The IMRA is just doing it at a lower scale, but it's appearing on YouTube. The thing is, I'll tell any man out there that do not go out with the little girls because they'll mess you up. You take all your money like Amara did because you think they're young and fresh, but they'll mess you up. They don't care about you. These are little girls that you have to tell them, oh, wash yourself. They cannot clean themselves. That's why get a woman of your age.
Right.
Any man that is listening to this, do not go out with the underage girls. You are wrong. Something is wrong with your brain. If you know she's an underage, or she looks like an underage, or she looks different, don't go out. And for the black men out there, be aware. If you date a person of a different skin, I am from a country where we have more white people, right? And I grew up in an environment where there were whites. But I got in trouble. I've been kidnapped just for dating a white girl in my own country, and the girl is from my country. And I got kidnapped, I got beaten up, I was gonna be buried alive, those times. So I'll come from a country where I understand that I draw the line. You're not Ayamara, you're not white, Ayamara, you're not young. You are an adult. You should be aiming to become the president, not going out with the underage. You should be aiming to become a CEO, not to go out with the underage. You should be aiming to become a manager because your age, at that age, you should
No,
be.
not just that, man. You got mansions and all kind of stuff. Come on, man, bro. I
Oh,
thought you
yeah.
got better pull than that.
But you see, like I said, Maro, he's been listening, and I hope he's learned his lesson from all these things that's been happening, because this situation could have been controlled. Maybe God knows why he got out of there, because he could have learned something from it so that he wouldn't get him in trouble. Also, one point is that, when something like this happens, for me, I see as brothers, just call me out and say, hey, I see this is what I see is going, it's happening. And I think the path which you're choosing is wrong path. If you advise me and I'm still stubborn, then hey, you've done your path. But if you don't, and then you take one side and think, okay, hey, like what happened? For me, I feel like the best thing Ivan could have done, if he really would kick both of them out the same night, because once you realize the girl's underage or the girl's 18, kick both of them out of the house. If that's what you wanted to do,
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you wanted, yes, if you kick both of them out of the house and sit both of them down and kick both of them in the house, if you really wanted to do that, because by kicking the girl out, you're saving yourself as well. And if you had issue with Maro, you kick him out of the house, that's your house. You're responsible for what happened in your house. And that could have saved this whole situation. Or you could have sat Marwa down and said, hey, brother, this is America. The laws are very strict. With the messages
Yeah.
you're sending her, you can get in trouble. If you call the cops now, you and I can both go to jail. And
Serious.
if Marwa doesn't listen, you kick him out of the house. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. Do you think if Marwa had taken a little slow with this girl, you think that she would eventually give in to him, or she just came way down here to have an attitude? I don't want to deal with you. What
no,
you
no.
feel?
One thing I know about Marwa is Marwa knows how to sweet talk girls. Trust me. He knows how to sweet talk girls. He pulls girls from all over the place to come to whatever he is. If one thing about him is that if the girl doesn't want to give him the coochie, he shuts it down right away. When they went to when he was with Priya, and Priya didn't want to give it to him, and he got angry. I think there was a point Priya wanted to film. He said no. Understand? So that's one thing about him. Once he pushes and you say no, he gets upset about it. He would even tell you, hey, you're not the only girl, I can get another girl. Whatever. He's done this multiple times. So that's why I'm saying that if you sense that, okay, maybe he kept sending messages about, about sex, like you're saying, he's asking for sex all night. You're a brother, you're older than Maro. You could have sat him down. But when you went to the room and you're yelling on top of your voice and it's in the middle of the night, it's like, come on, man. If you sit Maro down, you speak to him and he doesn't listen, you kick him out of the house.
In this case, I'm telling you, Priya is not coming back. Bo is not coming back. Priya is gone after the story, this saga. The only thing that I know is gone. That is, she's not coming back. Priya, bye-bye. The thing is,
I know.
I'll tell you one thing, any man who knows how to smooth talk to ladies just want to be your friend. A man
well, he must be a good smooth talker now. Come on now. I mean, like, listen, man, that what kind of smooth talking is that?
Oh, come, I want to screw you. Just imagine, man.
Anyway, guys, I gotta go.
Woman will never go for that, man.
Okay, so respect, Shelter, man. Appreciate you on the interview, bro.
Always, brother, anytime.
It's the King of Trouble talk show with real experience, with real culture and people across the world. Let's travel.
Welcome to Africa, man. You know what I'm saying? Over here in the village with the kids. You know how we do it, man. Africa, so this the real deal. Welcome to Africa. You know what I'm saying? Just doing a little tour with the King of Travel, man. We just making it do what it do. You know what I mean? That's word. Going to the cathedral. Yo, what's good, man? It's your boy King of Travel, man. Just right now in the secret cathedral, you know what I'm saying? Checking out the area, man. And I tell you the truth, man, it's a beautiful cathedral, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody worship our higher power different, man. It's a beautiful place. It's a welcome off the beaten path, you feel me? So yeah, they just speaking about, you know what I'm saying, the church and the cathedral, you know what I'm saying, the secret cathedral. So definitely, man, this is just another part of traveling, you know what I mean? It's doing more stuff in the city and seeking more places to go, man. Welcome off the beaten path, man. What a beautiful day. And let's travel, man, with the King of Travel.
Yeah, man, so we ride this train on out there.
Yeah, man, so we just now touched down outside in the train, man. That's a good train ride, too. Definitely, man. That's why, man, I'm going to definitely put that on my bucket list. For sure. Definitely.
Midas, the worldwide traveler, also known as the King of Travel. His life is like a movie. They think they got you figured out, but they really don't. Remember, don't just talk about it, be about it. Remember, don't talk about it, just be about it. Think bigger than your city. Let's travel. Let's travel. Thanks for watching Mr. Midas, the worldwide traveler, aka the King of Travel. But hey, stay tuned. The best is yet to come. To be continued.